before, but I've spoken to her and I've certainly conversed on the good old Facebook. Gillian's, I know, has written at least one book, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I've co-authored a book.
About brand photography, and sort of getting quite well known for that area. But I know she also does photography business mentoring as well.
Yeah.
So she's got a 5-day challenge available for people that want to take it up afterwards. So at the end of the talk, she's going to list it up. All I'd say is that in the groups that I've seen about brand photography, Gillian comes across as the expert, and I think Phil's going to back me up on that. And she's probably one of the few females in the brand photography group that's basically not had a go at me for being a man.
Does everyone have to go at you? How very terrible.
Oh, yes.
That'll soon change. That'll change after this evening, Mike.
Yes.
So, and how do you intend to resolve that, Mike?
I basically introduce myself and say, hi, I'm Mike. My favourite activity is mansplaining, and leave it at that. That's what I generally get accused of, is mansplaining all the time. All I'm doing is answering a question the same way I'd answer for anybody else. So, you know, and as I said when Gillian first came up, I think this dovetails really nicely with the work that Hannah Freeland was talking about a couple of weeks ago. Again, event photography sits in the middle of lots of things, and we should be looking at all the other things that bolt on the side and taking those same skills and applying them. So I'm going to hand across to Gillian, and I'm looking forward to this.
Fantastic. Oh, it's lovely to be here, guys. Thank you so much for inviting me. Brand photography is my favourite subject, so I'm happy to talk about it till the cows come home. If any of you guys afterwards want to friend me on Facebook, want to ask me any questions, just message me, not a problem. I am a complete open book, so anything you want to ask me, I don't hold back, so be aware what you ask me. Okay, I've got a little bit of a presentation, so if the microphones are still on, obviously just shout if you need to ask a question as we're going through. That's absolutely fine. I'll try and take a breath between slides, but I can't guarantee it because I am Scouse and I do talk quickly. So brand photography, what I'm going to go through is what is it for me, what a shoot looks like, how to get into it, how I got into it, how I'm making money from it, and also how we can use this genre to really get over this time of crisis. You know, myself and the brand photographer I work with, we've been lucky enough to be making money throughout the crisis period. We've been taking bookings, and we're now obviously doing those shoots and still taking bookings. So we've been some of the lucky ones, and I'd love to share that with you, because I think we can really, as photographers, use this genre to keep ourselves moving forward and come out of this horrible time. Okay. So before we start, definitely take loads of notes, ask me tons of questions, and then also there is the link, but I'm happy to share that link with you for my 5-day challenge, which is happening in September. So if you like what you hear in this presentation, or you're feeling like you want to give brand photography a go, definitely come on board to the 5-day challenge. It's lots of fun. I, again, just give you lots of value all about brand photography, how to get into it, how to make money from it. And we have our famous lives with wine every evening at 8 p.m. So there's lots of fun in there too. Okay, so my name's Gillian Devine. I've been a photographer for 15 years now. I went on board with an amazing photographer called Vincent Devine. He'd been in the industry for 45 years. I've got a background in marketing and sales. I actually did a geography degree, would you believe, but there were no jobs in town planning. So I fell into marketing, fell into sales, and then I went on board with Vincent. And that was about 15 years ago. I moved forward into photography with him, and then he retired and I took over, and we renamed to Gillian Devine Photography. I started off in weddings. I loved my weddings. Then I moved into families, babies, children. I was a newborn specialist for quite a while. And then I moved into brand photography probably about 2.5 years ago now. And I'm absolutely loving this genre. I'm also the founder of the Rich Photographers Society, which is my free community for photographers. My passion is definitely business and marketing and helping us photographers make money from our craft. So that is what I love to talk about, and that's the things I like to share and to help other photographers with. So that's what I do in the free Facebook group, the Rich Photographers Society. Feel free to come on over. And then I've also founded the Rich Tog Academy, which is my mentoring and training school for photographers. So I do year-long mentoring programs, and I also have a mastermind program just on brand photography. I'm also an author. I'm super, super proud of that book. I co-authored it. It wasn't just my work, but I wrote a chapter with 19 other women. We all wrote a chapter each, business women from across different industries, all telling our success stories, our highs and lows of being in business, and giving the things that we've learned about being in business. All the money raised went to charity, and it's just one of those really proud moments. We've all got a book in us, so I had a chapter in me. I haven't done a full book yet, but I was really, really proud of that book. You can get it on Amazon. It's called The Secret Diaries of a Female Entrepreneur, and as I said, all money goes to charity. It's a children's charity. So I'd love you guys to think about, where are you in terms of brand photography? Are you open to exploring it as a genre? Have you tried it? Maybe you've tried it working in brand photography, or maybe you're just looking to look at it as an extra level of income, particularly obviously coming out of this horrible time of crisis. As we go through this presentation, all of the images are examples of brand photography, and even the ones of me, I actually took those myself. I put my Fuji on a tripod, you get the app downloaded, and I took them myself. I'm a bit of a control freak like that. I knew what I wanted for my own brand shots, so I did them myself. So all of the images in here are either of me or of my brand photography clients. And one of the things I would love you to take out from looking at my images, there's nothing spectacular about them. You guys have already got photography skills, and I generally will use natural light in all of my photography. So it's a super easy shoot, and I would love you to look at my images and think, yeah, I could do that. I could absolutely do that, because there's nothing magic about them. I'm just creating very happy clients by creating a very personal, bespoke brand bank of images for them. But I'll be talking more about that. So why get into brand photography? So for me, a lot of it was about creating a bit better work-life balance, perfect work-life balance. As a wedding photographer and a family photographer, and no doubt obviously an events photographer, a lot of your work might be in the evenings, or it might be at weekends. So that's time away from your family, your friends, etc. So for me, a lot of what pulled me into brand photography was the knowledge that it is midweek shoots. I've designed the business, so it's midweek shoots. And it's business and entrepreneurial clients that get the value of what we are delivering. So it isn't an emotional purchase like with a newborn or a wedding or a family. It's a business investment, and my clients see that. Once they've been educated and you talk with confidence about what you're delivering for them, they see the value and they invest with ease. I'm also getting paid up front. So gone are the days for me when I do a newborn viewing and I'm waiting to see what my clients are ordering. I don't have to wait to get paid anymore. My brand photography client wants to book me, I get paid up front. The clients are all different, so you get that level of creativity that I love in the industry. So every client's brand is slightly different, so we're creating a very bespoke personal experience and session for them. It's very high levels of profit because it is a digital delivery. So for me, I'm generally selling a 3-hour midweek shoot at 1495, and that is all digital delivery. So there is high levels of profit in this genre. It's also 3 hours, so it's not a killer like an all-day wedding. I mean, I remember I've done some events and I've done weddings, and those long evenings and long days, they can be a killer. So for me, that 3-hour shoot in the middle of the week, in the day, it's easy, and you're full of energy and you're not knackered at the end of it. It's also not a saturated genre yet. So if you want to look at moving into brand photography, I would say now is the time to do it while it's not saturated and you can be a big fish in a smaller pond and really build up a reputation as a brand photographer, working with brands, working with businesses, and then become the go-to before everyone else jumps into the genre. So what is it? For me, brand photography, it's giving my clients a bank of images that are very personal and bespoke to them and represent perfectly their brand, their personality, and their business. So they can use those images across the board in all of their marketing, online and also offline as well. You know, our clients, our business and entrepreneurial clients, they need to attract their own clients and they need the visuals to do that. And that is what we provide. So they're using them across their marketing and across their business growth. So our clients, I focus on the benefits, the problems that my clients have, business owners, entrepreneurs, brands, and the benefits of what I can deliver to help them get over their challenges and their problems. So for instance, business owners, entrepreneurs out there, they've only got a certain amount of hours in the day. And like us, we run a business, we know what it's like. You've only got so many hours in the day, you've got a to-do list as long as you're on, you get stressed because you can't fit everything in. And a lot of those stresses and strains that business owners feel are being present online and getting things out there to attract their clients. And again, they need visual imagery to do that. So a lot of my clients talk about they spend a lot of time scrabbling around for images to post on social media, trying to find decent images to put on their website or on their emails or in their brochures. They're trying to find the right stock image, which we know stock images will only go so far because they're not personal and they're not bespoke to that brand. So I'm giving my client more time into their day because I'm taking away that scrabbling for different images and visuals by giving them a ready-made bank of images that they can pull from for all of their marketing needs. I'm taking away stress that they feel because of that. I'm enabling them to be more visible and to stand out from their competition with this bank of images that perfectly represents what they do, their brand values, their service, their product, and their personality. So they are going to stand out from the competition and they're going to attract more clients because of the work and the images I provide. And they're going to get more sales. They're going to grow their business further. They're going to make more money. And one of the benefits of having a brand photography shoot for my clients is also the fact that once a client has had a shoot, they always, without fail, say to me, once they've got those images and they're then flooding their social media, their brochures, their leaflets, their website, with these very professional, personal, bespoke images, they feel so much more confident about being a business owner. They feel empowered. They feel more professional rather than trying to scrub around finding images or even doing their own selfies, which we all know business owners can do. It's made them feel more confident, and that is an amazing thing, an amazing service to offer. That's a benefit of what we do. And this is everything we do with brand photography. So it actually makes my soul sing when I know the difference that I make to a business owner client. And I get so many amazing reviews and amazing comments once they've had the deliverables, their images, about how much more confident they feel in their business, they're empowered, they're getting more clients, they're feeling more confident, and they are making more money and growing their business because of what we've provided. So who is the client? So for me, the client is anyone that needs to show up and sell their product or their service or show their brand or showcase their personality. So you can choose exactly who you want to work with. So as a photographer, do you want to work with local brands? Do you want to go national? Are you happy to travel and go international? Are you wanting to work with established brands and businesses, or do you want to work with startups? This is all your choice as the photographer. You can design your business to be exactly what you want. When I started, I did a lot of different shoots for lots of different industries, lots of different people. And it quickly became apparent to me, I preferred working with women. I found I loved working with female online entrepreneurs. or people in the creative industry. So I started to niche down and to really specialize in that sort of person. But you can choose, you can absolutely choose. I've done local clients, national clients. I've now designed my business so I'm focusing on local clients here in Benissa, which is in Costa Blanca North. And then I've got my UK base, so I'll travel up and down the UK for my UK clients as well. And that's the way I've designed my business. I love traveling for my job, and I love doing that variety of clients. They're generally all female. I'd say 70–80% of them are online entrepreneurs, but I do have other people as well. I've got accountants, I've got a yoga instructor, a health professional. So you can design your business to be exactly what you want, and you can target whoever you want, because everybody needs visuals to promote their business. Everybody needs what we can offer. So it's a great time to get into this genre. Okay, so what does a shoot look like? So this shoot was for an accountant. She's based in Denia over here in Costa Blanca. For me, every client's different, every brand is different. So part of the process is I work very closely with my clients to understand their brand, what their product or service is all about, who they serve, who their ideal client is, and what their values are and what they're trying to showcase in their marketing, who they're trying to attract and what they're trying to do with their visuals. And it's a very premium, personal, bespoke experience, because we then go on to design the shoot just for that person. And we work on themes and stories. So does that client want to tell a story about them in the workplace, them with their product, them with their service, but also them in their personal life, them as a parent, a family person, them doing the things they love to do in their spare time. Because from a marketing point of view, people need to get to know, like, and trust you before they'll buy from you. And my clients will either understand that already, or I've educated them to understand that. So to help my clients show not only their professional side, but their personal side as well, is another benefit of obviously booking a brand photography shoot. So we work on stories and themes, and we always take into consideration the client's requirements. So what are they using the images for? Most of my clients say they're going to use them across the board. So I need to be aware that we need some cropped in different ways for Instagram, for website, for social media, for brochures. So I will understand that as part of the design process. We're understanding what the themes and the stories are, what locations we're going to use, what other people are going to be involved. For instance, Hazel, the accountant here, she wanted to involve her team. In the past, we've had a yoga teacher, and she's involved other people as she's held a class. I've had online entrepreneurs who will maybe grab a couple of clients and we'll hold a meeting, and I'll photograph the meeting. So you design the shoot with the client, and it's a very bespoke service. It also gets the client really excited, because they can see in their mind exactly what they're going to get, and they're getting really excited about the shoot before the shoot's even happened. So for me, 3 of the crucial elements of a shoot. Number 1 is definitely the person behind the brand. Now, I'm working with generally solo entrepreneurs. If you are working with bigger businesses, that might be different. It'd be all about the business brand. But for most of my clients, they are single entrepreneurs. They are the face of their brand. So we need to show them in a professional light, but also in a personal light. We need to show their personality, what they're like. And we do that in lots of different ways, with different locations, different outfits, different poses, but showcasing that person. And you guys have already got people skills. You are events photographers. You've been in the photography game quite a while. So you have those people skills to tease out natural expressions and the natural elements of that person's personality. So you can see this is Suzanne. She is a life coach, and she works online and also in person with her clients. So we did all of her shoots at her home, but in different locations in and around her home. This is Kath, the lady at the top, that's Kath. She works with people in the educational industry. She coaches and mentors them, but we decided to incorporate into her shoot some of her personality, and she loves art and she loves painting. Then we've got Jane at the bottom, and she loves doing yoga in her spare time. She loves shopping. And then you've also got Catherine there, she's a health professional, and so obviously nutrition is important to her. So we're showing different elements of the person themselves and their personality and their life, because people need to get to know them. This is Jo. She's an NLP trainer, so she again works online, but we're showcasing her in a Spanish home, chilling by the pool with her husband, just laughing and larking about. So we're showing the person's personality. The second crucial element of a shoot for me is obviously the work, the product, or the service. So this lady works online, so we're showing her in her workplace. She's working online, she's working on her laptop, she's making notes. She was in a hotel reception waiting for her next client. So we're showcasing the product and the service. Tim is a health nutritionist, a chef, a cook, so we're showcasing him with his service, with his product. We did all this around their home. Tim is married to Jo, so you probably saw him in the other shoot as well, in the other shot. Then you've got Claire. I'm struggling to remember all these guys' names. Then you've got Claire, and she works online, but also in person as a crystal healer. Then the third crucial element in a shoot for me is all the details and the props. So all those little elements, I call them the sort of Instagrammy type images that these people can use for their social media or for accent images on their website. And they just add that little touch of flavor and color. And they're generally usually introducing their brand color in this way. So this is Ellie. She is a social media strategist. She works mainly online, and her brand color is pink, and her brand is all very feminine. She works with women in business. So these are all the little props and details that we planned out at the planning stage that we then used in her shoot. So this is where I'm giving my client guidance. I don't take on the responsibility of providing the props, because I don't want to be running around up my own bottom trying to get all these bits and pieces together. That's the client's job. But I am there as a guide. I'm there to inspire ideas, to give ideas, and to plan out the shoot. So when we're planning out the shoot, I would be saying to Ellie, right, Ellie, so your brand is very feminine, you work with women, your brand colours are pink. Let's definitely get some flowers in. Can we get some pink flowers? Have you got stationery and things like that that are in your brand colours? So she got some rose gold stationery in. I encouraged her to get a little chalkboard so we could write different messages on it. Then we talked about having images that represented success, which is where the clinking of the cocktail glasses comes in, or just having a cuppa with your friends, and again the cups. And with the shoes and the pink skirt, that's just about her as a woman, as a girl, loving dressing up. The pink backgrounds, and again, this is about giving your client ideas. The pink backgrounds, I actually always encourage my clients to think about getting some backgrounds, and they can do that by literally going to B&Q, go into the wallpaper section and ripping off sections of wallpaper that are in their brand colours. And it works an absolute treat. So the dark pink roses in the background of the cup and the glasses shot, that's Ellie's husband holding up a sheet of wallpaper from B&Q. So it's as easy as that, and it's not me that's running around getting those things, but I've inspired those ideas in Ellie. So the details and props for me are quite important elements. This is Charlotte. I struggle to remember her name. Charlotte's an app designer and creator. So again, her detail shots were all about quite techie details, like her phone and her laptop, all in her brand colours. I encouraged her to get a planner and a pen in her brand colours. This lady is an online mentor. She's an English language mentor. She helps women in business where English is their second language. So it was all about language and travel and helping women with their English language skills to help them in business and to help them travel more. So again, we're designing those little details that she can use across all of her marketing. Details and props such as, you know, I had a travel agents, so it was obviously brochures, and we had the sunlight coming through some slats above us, books, sunglasses, you know, props and details can be anything that is relevant to that person or that brand. So it's really brainstorming with the client and say, well, what do you love to do in your spare time? I love to paint. I love to walk my dog. I love to read. I love to journal. I love to travel. So I love to have a cup of tea in the morning. So all those little ideas that you will inspire with your clients go into planning the shoot. So equipment. I mean, I would always say, just use what you've got. Most of my shoots tend to be 90% natural light. I know how to use my flash guns. I usually have my flash guns with me. If I'm in the UK and I've got enough room in the car, I'll throw some of my quadras in there. I've always got a panel, an LED panel, if I just want a pop of light. But most of my shots are natural light because that's where I feel most confident and most comfortable. So I would always just say, don't try and use something you've never used before. You guys have already got skills. Use what you've got. Use the knowledge and the skill you already have and the equipment that you're comfortable with. Pricing. So these are my current prices. I'm $9.95 for 1 hour, $14.95 for 3 hours, and $5.995 for a year-long package, which is 4 4-hour shoots. Now, I didn't start off with those prices. I started off by doing a small promotion, did it on Facebook, 500 quid for a 2-hour shoot. And it made a big deal about, the promotion was basically shouting about moving into brand photography. I'm looking for entrepreneurs and business owners to help them grow their business, to help them stand out visually with their marketing, and while also building my brand photography portfolio. So I'm happy to offer discounted shoot, 2-hour shoot, which will usually be worth, I think I said when I first started, my 2-hour shoot was going to be $9.95, and I'm offering it at 500 quid. And I got 5 bookings straight away. Lots of different people. I had a tattoo artist, I had a yoga instructor, I had a woman that, you know, they make the casts with hands, don't they? I always have to do that when I'm talking that. So a lot of different people I had, and I quickly found the ones that I enjoyed working with and the ones that I wasn't keen on working in. And that's when you can start honing in on your ideal client. But that is my pricing now. So over the time I've been a brand photographer, I've grown my pricing. I generally book the 3-hour package for everyone that books with me. My conversion rate from inquiry to booking is 80%, but everyone that books tends to book the 3-hour package. The year-long package is generally for people who've had a couple of one-off shoots with me and then they want to go that one step further. But I drive people to the 3-hour package by, number one, talking most positively and passionately about that package and pricing it so it's more valuable. So the $9.95 package includes 40 images. The $14.95 package includes a minimum of 150 images, plus a selection of graphics, plus a promotional show reel, which I produce on Animoto. So it just makes your 3-hour package look much better value. I know I can absolutely kill the shoot in 3 hours. I can create a fantastic bank of images. And I know 3 hours is the sweet spot, that 3 hours is enough for a client. Anything past that, I find they get really tired and get a bit fed up with it. So we end on a high. So I try and drive everyone towards the 3 hours, and that's generally what I do. So how to get into it? I'd just say go for it. Believe in yourself. You've already got the photography skills. A lot of you have already got the contacts and the database of people you've worked with in the past as events photographers. So just go for it. Don't procrastinate. Start approaching people. Start marketing yourself. Start announcing that you are moving into brand photography, expanding your services into brand photography. Your marketing's crucial. Your talking and being visible is crucial. You know, I call it winking with the lights off. If you're winking at someone with the lights off, they're not going to see you. So we need to turn the lights on, and we do that with our marketing. Having multiple marketing pillars, marketing in different ways in different places, but also knowing who you want to target, who is going to be your ideal client. So you can get to know them And once you know your ideal client, you understand their pain points and their challenges, and you can talk to them. So when I do a social media post, or I'm doing a communication in my email marketing, or I'm doing a guest expert spot in a networking group, I will talk solely to female online entrepreneurs. So I'll say, ladies, I know what it's like when you're working online. You feel you've got to stand out. You feel the pressure to be visible online all the time. You feel that daily scrabble about, what am I going to post today? I've got to find something to post. I've got to come up with a piece of content to post. I've got to stand out from the competition. I can see that struggle. I know that struggle, and that is why I'm here to help you. I'm going to provide you with a bank of personal, bespoke, on-brand images that perfectly represent what you do and who you work with. They're going to attract more clients to you, they're going to get you more bookings, and they're going to make you more money. It's also going to make your life so much easier to have that bank of on-brand images to pull from. You don't have to scrabble around looking for content anymore. It's there ready-made for you. So you can see by me doing that pitch, I am talking to the heart of my clients. I'm talking to their pain points and challenges and highlighting the benefits of what I'm going to do and the difference I'm going to make to their world and their business. Marketing pillars. I've listed a couple of the marketing pillars that I use. So obviously social media, email marketing can be a slow burner, but it's well worth doing. Landing pages, websites, sales funnels. Networking is crucial, because I think when you start doing networking, you're meeting people in person. We can't do it in person right now, so do it online. There's so many online networking groups at the minute. Sales funnels, referral programs, recommends, lead magnets, that sort of thing. So I am a great believer in having multiple marketing pillars. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just sit on Facebook and that's your only marketing pillar, because we don't control Facebook. Facebook could explode tomorrow. And if that's your only marketing activity, then you'd be in trouble. So I believe in multiple marketing pillars, where you're doing these multiple marketing activities and you're drip feeding inquiries into your business. So then if one suddenly goes wrong, it's not a disaster for your business. You've got those other marketing activities going on. So how to get clients? That's just your marketing, knowing your ideal client, knowing where to find them and how to speak to their pain points and their challenges, and highlighting the benefits of what you can provide to them, and being consistent in your marketing, not just trying something once and then giving up because it doesn't work. I hear that all the time with email marketing. Oh, I sent a few emails out, I didn't get anything back. Email marketing is unfortunately a bit of a slow burner. I'm a great believer in doing lives and videos, because I believe that gives you a flavor of that person. It gives your clients a chance to fall in love with you, to get to know, like, and trust you. You're positioning yourself as the expert, and then they want to know more and they want to come to you. Lives and videos for me are a big part of marketing. If you can imagine, you guys are listening to me and you're hopefully getting a really good flavor for me and my personality and what I'm like. If everything I was saying was written down, you wouldn't get that same impression. So lives and videos for me are a big part of my marketing. So feel the fear, get out there and start doing lives and videos. So you can do it. I always say it's all about belief, having belief in yourself and pushing yourself forward. You guys are experienced events photographers, so you've already got the skills you need to move into this genre. So just give it a go. And I do believe this genre is one of the keys to getting over this awful time. Right now, there's been definitely a bit of a gold rush. During lockdown, there's been so many businesses that haven't been able to operate, and those that are coming out the other end of it are now realizing they need to push forward. So myself and the other brand photographers I work with, we are taking bookings left, right and center. So I've done 6.5 grand continually through the months. A lot of my clients, the photographers I work with who are in brand, are doing the same, because these businesses realize they have one opportunity to push forward and survive after this awful time. You've also got a bit of an entrepreneurial gold rush going on, because through the lockdown period, there's been a lot of people stuck at home. They're usually in their corporate job, they're usually sat in an office, and now they're stuck at home, they're getting paid 80%, so they're not going short, but they're bored at home. And they've started thinking about, do you know that thing I always wanted to do? I always wanted to work for myself. And that thing that's always been in my head of starting my own business doing this, or starting my own business doing that. While I'm sat here at home, I may as well do that. I may as well give it a go. So there's an amazing amount of new businesses and enterprises that are springing up. And one of the things they need is visuals to market themselves, is visuals to promote themselves. So that is where we come in, and we have definitely noticed a bit of an entrepreneurial gold rush. So if you can get on board this genre now, it's a good time to do it. And brand photography, we've been taking bookings through lockdown, and I know wedding photographers, event photographers, you know, it's been terrible because you've not been able to work, whereas in brand, we've continued to work. We've taken bookings, and then as soon as we can get out, we've been doing open air shots in parks, in open air areas, so you can still social distance. So it's been an amazing genre to be in this time. So just again, a summary of why I love this genre. It's definitely better work-life balance. Clients invest with ease because it's a business investment. It's not an emotional purchase, and they pay up front. It's not a saturated genre yet, so you can be a big fish in a small pond and really make a name for yourself and grow a reputation. I'm making 6 to 7 grand every month from brand photography alone. That is my brand photography business. And you can help other businesses. Think how amazing that feels. You can help other businesses survive and thrive through this awful time. I do have a mastermind program, but I would love you to come on board the 5-day free challenge. We have lots of fun. I tell you a lot more detail about the brand photography that I work in. I answer any questions you've got. So I'd love you to come on board, guys, and have some fun with me. So do feel free to register if you would like to. And that's me, over and out. Any questions, guys?
I think we can let people unmute, and if they've got questions, they can ask you direct, Gillian. I think it's the easiest thing.
Perfect. Fire away. Have I blasted you with my fast scouse talking?
Gillian, a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
The end result is very much aiming at social media platforms.
Yeah, so my clients are using their images. Social media is definitely a big one because people are feeling the pressure to post every day, got to post every day. So to give someone that bank of content, yeah, social media, but also for their website and also for printed literature, for leaflets, marketing, brochures, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And secondly, sorry to, unless anybody's got a question they want to jump in with, but what's the return rate of clients? I mean, how often do your clients rebrand? If they do a brand shoot, does that last them for? Is that their brand for the year, or is that their brand for 6 months or whatever?
So I drive people towards the 3-hour package, which is a minimum of 150 images. So I talk to them about that. That's going to last you for 3 to 4 months on social media. To be honest, most of my clients don't rebook me probably for another year, but that's fine because at the same time, I've got new clients coming on all the time. And not all of my clients will go on to the year-long package. Sometimes that's a step too far, but I'm now finding that it's usually about a year and a half later, and they're not necessarily rebranding, but they want to refresh their images. They're maybe just refreshing their website. They've obviously used them to death on social media. So they're coming back to me, it's usually about a year later for another shoot to give them an extra bank of content. There are enough clients out there as well, though. I mean, if you think about all the businesses and entrepreneurs, and there's so many businesses out there that need our services, that are using their own selfies or they're using stock images. It's just unbelievable. So there is enough work out there to be in a position where you can take on new clients. I mean, I'm only doing 4 or 5 clients, 3, 4, 5 clients every month. So that's not a lot of clients to get there. And there's so much work out there, there really is.
Gillian,
Do you have issues with the brand and how you feel about it in terms of viability and things like that? Or do you tend to be able to remain transparent?
Say that again, my love. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, do you ever have any issues with the brand that they're pushing, basically, or do you manage to maintain a transparency from it?
Do I have what with the brand? I'm really sorry.
Do you ever have any issues with the brand that the people are pushing, basically?
No, not at all. I mean, if someone's paying me, I'll shoot anything, to be fair. But no, all of the clients I'm attracting, I love their brand. I don't have to fake any passion about their brand. I'm trying to think of any that I haven't loved, but no, I've been lucky actually. Yeah, no, I haven't had to fake any passion or love about their brand or their service. It's always been a good client that I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
I do give honest feedback to my clients. So if I've got an inquiry and someone comes on, for instance, Hazel, the lady in the red jacket, who's the accountant she's based in Denver, which is 15 minutes from here. When she came to me as an inquiry, she came just for headshots. So I got her on a video call and she just wanted a few headshots. But through the power of education, and I'd already looked at her social media, I'd looked at her website, it was awful. It was just shocking. It was a mix of terrible selfies and horrible stock images. So in the nicest way possible, chatting to Hazel, chatting about her business, who she serves, who her clients are, what her goals and aims are for the business, and why she felt she needed headshots. I could then talk about, well, listening to you, you're obviously passionate about your job, you're passionate about your clients, looking at your social media, looking at your website. I don't feel headshots are going to cut it, Hazel. I really must be honest. You are such a powerhouse. You are amazingly passionate about what you do. I feel a brand photography session is what you need. I can certainly give you a quote for headshots, but I don't feel that's going to cut it for what your goals and aims are for your business. And she went ahead and booked a brand shoot.
It's all about becoming part of their team for success.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And listening to what their goals and dreams and aims are, and listening to where they want to take their business, and then just continually highlighting the benefits of what we deliver.
Well, it's a large image count in a 3-hour. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of similar shots. I don't mean take the same shot twice. So you're not the wedding, hold that pose, bang, bang.
Well, do you know what? I think it's the wedding. I started off in weddings, and you guys know, on a wedding, you've got a bride and groom, or every element of a wedding. You're on a clock, you're on a timeline. So you've got to create a bank of varied images with a short timeline. So I'm used to, got a bride and groom in front of me. I've probably only got them for 10 minutes. Right, what am I going to do? I'm going to do them from this angle, that angle. I'm going to do their shoes. I'm going to do the hands. I'm going to do a close-up of the buttons. I'm going to do a close-up of the flowers. I'm going to do them from behind. I'm going to light them in a different way. I'm going to do a silhouette. So I know I can bang out. I know that's a terrible term, sorry, but you know what I mean. I can create an amazing bank of images working very quickly with variety. Yes, there will be replicas on a theme. So if I'm doing a flat lay where I'm shooting down on a keyboard and the client's hands, I'll do it from a couple different angles. So I know I can crop it square for one shot, maybe panoramic for another. I'll do it at a different angle, but then I'll do the full shot with their face, and then I'll do it. So I think the skills I learned as a wedding photographer, creating a very, in a very short space of time, a bank of images that have variety in them really comes into play.
I'm just thinking this is a perfect job for Steve Burton, but he might not be able to work with people that actually know he's taking their photograph. This is all right. It's the Beast of Fleet Street. So
I've got a 500 mil handy.
That's so funny. No, you do have to let people know you're photographing them.
Well, he does that afterwards when he starts to sell the negatives.
When they see the byline.
Don't forget, there's all the details and props that come into play as well, those Instagrammy type images. So yes, you're going to do, so for instance, if I've got my client who's an online entrepreneur at her laptop, I've got a shot of her typing on her laptop, I've got a shot of her looking at me, I've got a shot of her laughing, then I'll get her on her phone, then I'll do a close-up of her hands, then I'll get her writing on her journal, then I'll get a close-up of her cup of tea next to her laptop. So you can do that quite quickly. So it's amazing that you will be able to create that amount of images in a space of time.
I've never thought about the term that it's basically wedding photography, but without a bride and groom.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get involved with any services or anything like that?
Say that again.
Do you ever get involved with any video services for them?
No, do you know, that is definitely, if any of you guys have got video skills or you have a videographer that you could collaborate with, that would be an amazing package, because I'm noticing that my clients want promotional videos. They want video clips to embed in their website or to use on their social media. I haven't got those skills. I've occasionally taken 10-second video clips with my camera, but I'm not a videographer by any stretch of the imagination. And I've done those with the client, telling the client, look, I'm not a videographer, but I'm going to try and do a couple of video clips and I'll put them in the promotional show reel to add a little bit of flavor. But if you've got those skills or you can collaborate with a videographer, that would make a really winning team.
This has been great, thank you. How do you get to feel like you could charge that, and do you get people that go, oh, I can't afford that?
So what I do, number one top tip, read this book. It's my favorite book in the world because it's all about money mindset. It really is. Get Rich, Lucky Bitch.
Oh yeah, I love them all. Chillpreneur, my favorite. I've listened to it twice. Yeah, it is helping me, but I'm 600 for 4 hours, so I'm getting there.
So why don't you just knock it down to 3? Stay at 600 and knock it down to 3 first.
Because I'm 400 for 3.
Oh, well, take your 3 hour off. Take your 400 package off and just keep your 3 hour, but it's at the current 4 hour price. Because the way, there's a great clip actually, it's called popcorn pricing. If you can go into YouTube and search for popcorn pricing, and it's basically, it's a little clip that outlines one of the psychologies behind pricing. And they had some popcorn at $2 and some popcorn at $10, and everyone was going for the $2. But then when they introduced some popcorn at $9, so there were now 3 choices, a $2, a $9 and a $10, everyone was going for the $10. So I have used that occasionally in my pricing structure. So your 1 hour could be, if you did just say a 1, a 3 and a 4 hour, your 1 hour could be 500 quid, your 3 hour could be 900 quid, and your 4 hour could be $1,000. Well, everyone's probably going to go for the $1,000 because it's much better value for money.
Yeah.
Pricing's all about belief and mindset.
I've just got Sarah Petty's book as well, Worth Every Penny. I haven't read it yet. Yeah, it is helping, but it's just, I think some people don't see the value in having brand photography because it is quite new. They don't always see the need for social media, which is obviously quite hard to explain as well.
So it's a combination of, people will see the value if you own the value, if you feel the value and you project that value.
Yeah, and I definitely do.
And then there's also an education, you know, take the opportunity to blast on all of your social media educational posts, and I would say do them in live. So I did a live recently about why headshots don't cut it, why you need more as a business owner, you need more than headshots, why brand photography is worth the investment, because I'm going to save you time and stress. I'm going to get you more clients. I'm going to make you more money. I'm going to make you feel on top of the world with your business. That is worth the investment. So a series of in educational communications on your social media, on your website, in your emails, whatever your marketing is, and start doing guest expert spots. So find places where your ideal client is and put yourself forward to do a guest expert spot. Talk about what is brand photography and how it can help you as a business owner. And then at the end, you might want to make them an offer. My 3-hour session is usually 600 quid. But for you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I'm happy to offer it to you at just $495. Give them an offer.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Come on board.
I recognise one of the book you want to read is The Choice Factory.
The Choice Factory.
I'm going to write that down. There's another one, Jen Sincero. She's a badass at making money. Jen Sincero. That's a really good one.
The Choice Factory is a number of different scenarios. There's about 15, 16 short stories in it. And each one is like a case study that goes through, and it tells you different bits and pieces. And, you know, the typical example is that the pricing, having 3 price points.
Yes.
How do you direct people down to it? The one that I really enjoyed was the fact that it said, don't ask people what they want, observe what they want. Because people will and I've done this in teaching, people will tell you often what they think you want to hear, or what's going to be the easiest thing. They're not going to tell you anything to make their life difficult.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, give us more of this or give us more of that. They're just going to say, no, we're fine.
Yeah.
And there's a good example in there where they basically say, observe them. So set scenarios up. And it was things like carrying branded bags around. What was people's behavior if you gave them a branded bag and things like this? And lots of different observational things in there. Say, I'd put that up there for anybody that's having problems with pricing.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand how pricing works. I would say that's, I'll just see if I can find the, I'm trying to zoom in. It's by Richard Shotton.
Richard Shotton. I also think we should be leading our clients. We are the experts.
Yeah.
You know, when I have someone on an inquiry consultation, which I do on Zoom, I'll learn all about them, their business, what their aims and goals are, what their challenges are. I'll highlight the benefits of having a brand shoot. And then when it comes to outlining the packages, I am leading them towards that 3-hour package, because I will say, well, my first package is a year-long package, and that's £6,000. But as you're a new client to me, I don't suggest the year-long package is the right option for you. That's usually for clients that have had a couple of one-off shoots for me, and then they grow to the year-long package. So for you, I would say your choices are either a 3-hour package or a 1-hour package. My 1-hour package is $995, and you'd get 40 high-resolution images. My 3-hour package, which is my most popular package, is just $1495. And you're going to get a minimum of 150 images. You're going to get a selection of graphics to use across your social media. And you're also going to get a promotional show reel. So it's much more value for money, and it's usually the option that everyone chooses. So you can see how I'm talking more passionately about the 3-hour. I'm guiding it to that, and then guiding them to it. And then I will say, so, but what do you think? Which do you feel is right for you? And without fail, they always say, yeah, I think the 3-hour option, because I'm guiding them to it.
With your year-long one, do they just pay that $6,000 there and there?
We'll pay it over the months, so I'll start a payment plan. I've had one pay it in full, but most of them will pay it monthly, so that's fine. I'm dead flexible with the payments.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure I'm taking some, you know, a big chunk out before the next one. I never want to leave myself short. I've not been burnt yet, but you don't want to look after your business.
With the show reel, what is that like a slideshow with the images? What is?
That's just what it is. So I'll pick usually about 30 of their images. I'll use Animoto. I love Animoto. and I'll put their logo at the beginning. I'll put a selection of their images in, and I'll also put some text in about them and their business. So, you know, for instance, Ruth, the travel agent, her logo will come up, then a picture of her, then a text slide will come up saying, hey, I'm Ruth, I'm here to help you fulfill all of your travel dreams. Then another picture will come up, and then it'll say, I can see you trying to scrabble to get the best deals for your holiday, or trying to find the right dream holiday, let me help you. Then another picture will come up. So it's a message to her clients, but in a slideshow format. Because she can then embed that in her website or use it on her social media.
What mistakes have you made in brand photography?
Oh my God, I made one recently. It was a right cock up, excuse my language. Somehow, I was using my Fuji. I always shoot RAW, and I somehow managed to, I don't know how I've done it, change the settings, and I shot the whole shoot JPEG.
I did that the other day.
Oh my God, it's a nightmare.
I couldn't sleep.
Oh no, I felt sick. It was horrible.
So for images going onto social media,
yeah, I mean, it was absolutely fine, to be honest, because she's using her images. It's not like none of her images were going to be blown up to the size of a bus. So we were absolutely fine. And they were fine, you know, they weren't blown. I was fine. I was absolutely fine in the end, but that was definitely...
Yeah, I mean that's a technical mistake. I'm meaning more on the business aspect. I mean, have you shot too many colors or too many different things? You know, how do you hone it down to a brand that works throughout 150 images?
So for me, I find that quite easy. I'm just all about anything that represents them as a person, that represents their brand. You know, and I do shoot quite random things. If I've got a client in front of me that loves shoes, I'll just say, right, get your shoes out, get your favorite shoes out, let's do that. My clients tend to fall in love with me because of my energy and because of the passion I have. So I haven't as yet had a disastrous shoot or an unhappy client. Touch the bloody wood, where is it? But yeah, no, give me an example of what you mean. What sort of problem would you expect?
I just, because this is all absolutely brand new. I only really know one other brand photographer, Sharon Goodyear. I don't know if you know Sharon at all.
Sharon, yeah, she's supposed to be coming out and visiting me in September. She's a good friend of mine. I love Sharon.
Yeah, so Sharon and I are friends. I met her at the convention in London a few years ago, and it's fascinating watching her. And I'm thinking, it's all pretty new to me. And observing it, I'm thinking, have I just got the wrong mindset of what a brand photographer is?
I mean, there's that many different overlaps. Sharon's amazing. She's been through my program, The Business of Brand Photography.
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
She's already got the eye. She's got those skills. But you can make brand photography what you want, because there's a lot of different overlaps, commercial, product, headshots, and there's a lot of different overlaps. You can create a style or an offering to be your brand photography. I wouldn't worry about, you know, it having to be a certain way as such.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
My thought is, if you're already in with somewhere where you could do corporate headshots, there's a potential to roll on from corporate headshots into the brand photography.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a pitch. I think there is definitely a feminine approach to it, you know, this brand photography, where they want to show that they're a real person and show their character and personality.
Yes.
Whereas the traditional sort of corporate headshot has been trying to show sort of a dominant personality.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily been, I would say, the light and fluffy side that you're getting with the brand and photography.
Yeah, I mean, the growing online world, people understand the power of showing their personality and their authentic self, both females and males. I shoot mainly females, but I've got a male shoot coming up, and I think there is a lack of male brand photographers. I really do, because I think males do, they are recognized, particularly in the online world, they recognize they need to show their true self. So this guy I'm shooting, he's an online entrepreneur, and he loves his fitness. He's a bit of a health freak. He's a dad. He loves his cars. So they're the elements of his personality we're going to be showing in his shoot. So it's going to be a very masculine shoot. That's going to be a challenge for me, because I like the light and airy, girly side. So it is a challenge for me. But, you know, that sort of client, he's chosen me because he knows me and he's heard of me. Or he would probably, if he didn't know me, choose a male photographer.
I think people want to be able to relate to people now, and that's how you connect with someone. Like, I know that's how I've chosen photographers myself in the past, is people that vlog and all those kind of things. I feel like I already know them and I feel like I'm already comfortable with them, and I think that's a huge way of people to get business now, is to feel like people buy from people, don't they?
Exactly. That's what we're helping our clients do, but that's what we do as well. We show our personality in our marketing. You know, my mentor would say your vibe attracts your tribe. So I very definitely attract girly girls. I attract women. And I've also got my marketing nails. So I know who to talk to and who I can attract. But yeah, you're dead right, Martha. It's showing your personality and attracting people that you click with, or that like your style and like the feel of your personality.
It's all right. I think there's a lot of quiet blokes around here just trying to think.
Look.
I mean, to me,
That mic is
sort of is followed on from lifestyle photography. So, you know, you talked about the portraits used to be formal. Portraits become much lighter and airier.
Yeah.
And you got these, and then you get the outside with these lifestyle photography, just natural people in natural situations. You know, things like some of the schools photography for kindergartens and things has gone that way as well.
Yeah.
We're all social media savvy, and I suppose what we're not really doing is, because most of us are probably not following a female brand of some sort that's doing this. That's what you really want to do, is find somebody that's doing it to view their range of images they're using. And maybe come up with the fact that, as you said, when you look at somebody's feed and it's not been done well, you can spot the niche where you can fit in.
Yeah.
One of the groups that I belong to, that Gillian's also a member of, and I know Phil's also a member of there, less said about that group for about me, Phil, is the fact that people are about doing a swap. So one person will shoot the other person and then you shoot back, just to practice what it's doing. Because I'm thinking about you, Steve. You've got that booth, right? Pictures of you with your booth, pictures of you setting up, pictures of Fleet Street in action. I'm just picking you out as an individual. The other sort of photography side of it, the other social side of it, you know, there's the gear, there's any logos, as Gillian said. You know, you can go through it and start to pick out, thinking of it as a wedding shoot, but it's not actually cufflinks that you're shooting maybe for the wedding shoot. It is maybe it's the equipment you're using, and maybe for us it's not the flowers, but it's the headed note paper. It's what we want to be represented as.
What makes you you as well? Like, a lot of people know me now for drinking tea, and it's something so simple, but people keep buying me tea now and they're like, oh, do you want a cuppa? Because they've connected with me over something so simple. And I think if you can, like, it sounds stupid, but humanize yourself,
Absolutely.
Pictures as well.
Definitely, yeah. So if I was doing your brand shoot, we'd definitely do you with a cuppa and a cup of tea, and you would arrange your tea.
I want one now. I want another shoot. I've already booked one. I booked one with Hannah Freeland, actually, so the last speaker, so I'm so excited about.
I did my own. I was a bit of a control freak, although she come out. Yeah, honestly, but it was hilarious because you'll see quite a few of them. I was next to the swimming pool, and I nearly fell in that pool quite a few times. But Sharon Goodyear was supposed to be coming out to see me in September for some business brainstorming, and she was going to do a shoot for me, and I'm gutted. I don't think she can come now with the lockdown.
I'm just thinking that maybe the way you would approach a client would be, I need a list of 20 things, or 10 things about you that people may or may not know about you. Because it's both like it's taken, like you said, Martha, it's taken that thing that
That's
you're
such a good idea. I'm writing that down.
but you know, there may be something totally, I don't know. You may have a fetish for having your nails done at a certain nail bar or something else. But
Yeah.
you know, why couldn't you show that that your nail manicure is important?
Definitely.
Brian
Yeah.
with his nail manicure.
That's the design stage.
Not talk about nails in lockdown, please.
And certainly don't mention Brian and his nails because he uses a drone to trim his.
They're better now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the design stage. When you're designing a shoot with a client, really getting to know the person, what their personality likes, what they love to do in their spare time, what their friends know them for, what they love to do with their family or their kids, what drives them. Yeah, you get to know your client inside out, and then obviously start designing the shoot with all of those elements in mind.
Do you
Is that
change your...
Magnum sticks?
So sorry, say that again.
I was just Phil held up saying, I wonder if it was more Magnum sticks.
Sorry, I think someone just asked a question then and I missed it. Sean, was it you?
Yeah, I was just about to say, do you find that you chase up your clients about a year later just to see how they're doing, just to see if you can regenerate some more business from them?
I keep in touch with all of my clients on Facebook. So Facebook is my pillar platform, my social pillar platform. So I generally will friend all my Facebook, all my clients, and then I'm just interacting with them on a regular basis anyway. And yeah, I suppose 6 months, a year goes by, and I won't chase them as such, but when I feel it's appropriate, I'd drop a little comment on one of their Facebook posts and say, oh, I love to say they'd just done a post with using one of my shots. I'd probably say, oh, I can't believe it's been a year. When are we doing the next one? Let's have a chat and get it planned in, and just keep it quite light and chatty and airy.
Do you have a mailing list? Do you do you have a newsletter?
Yes, I do. I have an email list. Email's a bit of a slow burner. But it took me about a year and a bit before I started seeing traction with it. But it's another touch point. So for me, with my marketing, I want to have multiple touch points where people are seeing my social media, then they might see me in a group, then they'll see a live, then they'll sign up to my freebie, then they'll start getting my emails. So I'm continually drip feeding them with me. And then when they're ready, they'll book an inquiry call.
Gillian, what proportion of your time is spent marketing? And the other thing I wanted to ask you was, you say you include a graphics package with your standard 3-hour package to add value. Where do you source your graphics?
So I do the graphics myself using Canva. When I say graphics, I'm not a graphic designer, obviously, but I will do a couple of little graphics where I've got an image, I've got their logo, and I've got a message that is pertinent to them and their clients. So for instance, one of my recent clients, she helps people in business on the tech side. So building their websites, doing the sales funnels, doing the social media. So we took a picture of her like this over a laptop. And then I did that in a graphic with her logo, and the message was, I know tech can be painful, let me help you. So it's that sort of graphic that she can use on her social media. So it's just a combination of words, using a brand font, using a brand colours, a logo and her pictures. So use Canva for that. And what was your other question? I'm sorry.
What proportion of your working week do you spend marketing?
So I market every day. My old mentor used to say you should spend 90 minutes every day on your marketing, because your marketing is what feeds your business. So I definitely spend a good hour at least on my marketing, probably more like 2 every day. Because I'm not a volume photographer. I'm only doing between 4 or 5 shoots a month. So it's not volume. And it's not a heavy editor either. I generally will say, to my clients, their images receive a light edit and retouch, and more extensive retouching is chargeable. So I generally only spend 2.5 hours editing, and then that's what they get.
How many graphics do they get?
Well, I say a selection because I like to keep it vague. Because if I'm in the mood, I'll create about 10 or 12 in Canva. And if I'm not in the mood, they'll get about 5 or 6.
Okay, thank you.
Someone's just asked, sorry, Gillian, what was the name of the book? I heard the first bit. So it's Get Rich, Lucky Bitch, Steve, and it's by Denise Duffield Thomas. She is amazing. Plus 5 months shoots a month is very high volume shooting. Yeah, well, I didn't obviously do that through lockdown, although I was taking bookings through lockdown. Good. And we were doing virtual shoots in lockdown as well, which was a great lead magnet. So offering virtual shoots I offered some complimentary, and then I started charging for them 95 quid, 150 quid. And you do a 30, 40-minute virtual shoot. And it was so much fun, but by the end of it, they've had a bit of fun. They've had a few virtual images that they're very restricted to use because, I mean, the quality isn't great, but they've got a taste of working with you, and then they go on to book a full shoot. So one of the girls who's been through my program, she did 2.5 grand in May just from virtual shoots. So she was booking virtual shoots, and then people were booking a full package. So she took 2.5 grand in the month of May, which was obviously prime lockdown, which was amazing.
Could you be more specific about what you call a virtual shoot?
Yeah, of course. So it's using FaceTime basically. So I'm on my laptop. I mean, it's a killer for us photographers. The quality it's not there, but it's a bit of fun, and it's more a marketing tool than anything else. So the client has got their Apple phone on a tripod. I'm on my Mac, I FaceTime them, and I'm basically pressing the button on FaceTime to take shots through their phone. So it's phone images, but they're getting the benefit of our knowledge of light. So we tell them where to stand, where to put the camera, and our knowledge of posing. So I'm happy to share with you guys some virtual shoots I did. The results are all right, actually.
It's surprisingly effective. As I say, I'd seen Sharon's done quite a few during lockdown.
Yes.
And I'm astonished, actually. I'm thinking, okay, we know that they're social media type images. They wouldn't stand up to analysis for a competition print or anything like that, but clients are loving them and reposting them, etc. So I've seen a few of hers. It's great.
Hers are brilliant, and as I said, it was more for a marketing tool we were using them, because by giving a client a taste of you and your personality and working with you and seeing what you can give them just through a 30-minute virtual shoot, by the end of it, and you're also along the way educating them on this will be different in a full shoot, or I'd love to do you a full shoot. This is what we get in a full shoot. This is the benefit of a full shoot in the nicest way possible through the chat. You are educating them. And by the end of it, they're, right, so can I ask about the full shoot then? Can we talk about the prices of the full shoot? So it was a great marketing tool through lockdown.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it in terms of marketing, sorry.
The other thing I thought was great was Sharon was then getting, or more or less kind of virtually interviewing her clients, who were then giving her more marketing material for. So not only was it providing a service, it was generating marketing material for her. For her. I'm sorry I'm not talking about Gillian Devine's marketing shoots and all the rest of it, but Sharon's the only one that I've known.
That's all right. Well, I taught Sharon, so that's fine.
Well, from some of the stuff that you were saying, I thought, yeah, there's a connection there.
No, it was great. It was a really good tool, virtual shoots. Can be a bit of a faff if someone hasn't got Apple, they've not got an iPhone, it can be a bit hit and miss. So there's quite a few photographers will only do shoots with people if they've got an iPhone. And it can be a bit of a faff, but it was worth it, definitely worth it.
How did you get started? Was it something that you aimed to do, or did you kind of fall into it by accident, like a lot of us do with certain genres?
We fall into everything, don't we? I saw a brand in America and I just thought, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I fancy that. And I was already in the online space. I was building my own online mentoring business and I had an online entrepreneur mentoring me. And this brand photographer in America was talking about online entrepreneurs and how they need content for their brand. And it just resonated with me. And a lot of what she was saying, it was very American. It's a different culture out there. But I just thought, ooh, there's a market for that. So I just thought, well, I'll give it a go. I'll do that promotional Facebook post, see if I get anything. And I got 5 shoots straight away. So I did those, made a bit of money, did those, and found I loved it. So started moving into it. And when I first did it, I was still doing my newborns. So for a time I was doing newborns and brand. And I must admit, I know there's a lot of us that do different genres, but for me, I find it easier, more joyful, and I make more money when I specialize because I'm honing my service, I'm honing my message, I know who I'm targeting. So I very quickly decided I'm going to not do newborns anymore, I'm going to do brand.
Sorry if you can hear the thunder. Has anyone else got a really bad storm going on? I don't know if you can hear it. It's not stopped.
Where are you?
Shrewsbury.
Oh, lovely.
Are you scared, Martha?
Hmm?
Are you scared, Martha?
No, I just want to go watch it. I just thought it was being really loud and I was like, it's going to be in people's earphones. No, I'm not scared.
Shall I put the link for the brand challenge in the...
Definitely. I really want to do it. I've loved this. Great. Thank you for organising it, everybody.
For having me on. I'm really lovely to chat to you all and get to know you. Please friend me. I'm a Scouser. I like making new friends.
I say it's another one of those areas where I thought that it crosses over what we do. I've seen Gillian about it, and it's one of those. I'm always looking. There's things that have sort of made the UK market and things that haven't. Seriously, you can see this as something that could be done.
Yeah. And
it's only just a modification of other skills.
Yeah.
You can pitch in with other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I know that Phil's been thinking much the same way because I've had a couple of chats with Phil. You know, that we've sort of come across in the same group.
Such a lot of opportunity out there. I mean, if I think about, for instance, the gentleman that I shot a tattoo artist. There's tons of tattoo artists out there that need to project their personality and project their brand. I did a shoot with a plastic surgeon. And you think about plastic surgeons, they're making the money. But again, it's a very serious choice when you're choosing a surgeon. So they need to project their brand, their personality to attract.
It's their clients you want, because when they get a new face, they're going to need a new brand.
They are, yeah.
Do a referral system with a plastic surgeon. That's could be a.
Yeah, I tried that. I didn't get very far with boudoir, doing a referral system with a plastic surgeon and boudoir.
Well, I've avoided the doudoir as well.
It's one of the things. I mean, that's why I'm asking about the video side of things. Every Kickstarter you see out there has got a video that runs with the Kickstarter promotion. Someone's got to be out there shooting those videos at the end of the day, and they're not particularly, you know, high production value stuff that most of us could probably actually manage to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've managed without video. I think if you could have those skills, or you could collaborate with someone with those skills, that would be definitely a winning package. But I've managed without it.
Yeah.
Whose little pooch is that? Whose little?
Oh, that'll be mine. We've got Thunder. It sets the dogs off.
I love dogs.
Yeah, you can have them. They were barking all last night as well. So.
Oh, well, I'm glad you found it useful, guys. As I said, if you've got any other questions, just fire them at me anytime, not a problem. And hopefully I'll get to see you in the 5-day challenge.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thanks very much.
Can I
Thanks,
go
Gillian, for your
on now?
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, thank you very
Really,
much.
really appreciate it, and if we get anything, I'll put people in touch with you.
Cool.
We'll post that link up in the group.